Okay, well, we're calling an audible.
I guess that's what happens when you don't pay your bill. They lock you out. But I'm fixing to fix their wagon right now. Watch the next video to see why I look stupid. Until the next lock cutting, until the next lawsuit, right now.
Okay, if you watched one of the last videos, you saw some guys help me drag a piece of equipment out of the truck, and here is what they are there for. They are here for. They are doing an electric meter, and let me turn the camera around so you can actually see what they're here for instead of looking at me talking. They are here to run wire from this point all the way down this little hill. Gonna make a left-hand turn right there and run all the way down to where that feller in the red shirt is standing right now. They're gonna run wire from there to here and get us a meter set on the barn so that we don't have to run extension cords anymore like we are running an active job site. So this is some of the equipment they brought to do it: a little mini X, a trencher, and then this big mini X. So right now it looks like they're digging okay, but I have a feeling they also brought the chipping hammer with them, as you can see right there. And they're just getting started today. Hopefully they won't hit any rock and it'll be smooth sailing, but that's a big hope, and they're probably going to have to get that chip and hammer out sooner rather than later. So let's go down here and see how they're doing so far. Okay, well, those boys are getting ready to call her an evening. It's about 6 o'clock here. So I am gonna pack up Duke and head to the house. Duke's a little tired, aren't you, Bubba? Hey, Duke, say hi. You wanna go get some water? Let's go get some water. So we'll see you in the morning. Okay, well, we're calling an audible. We're actually headed back up to the farm. I went home and ate dinner. I about killed that person. Went home and ate dinner and realized that the guys are still up there working. So I am headed back up there. I think on my way out, he basically told me, hey, we called our boss, told him we were getting ready to leave, and our boss said, no, you're not. You're staying until you get done. Which I feel bad for them, because it is 7:30 at night, and I was talking to them off camera, and they were like, yeah, we work sun up to sundown, and I think they were looking forward to getting off a little early today, but that's not going to happen. So I am just headed back up to see how they're doing, what it's looking like, make sure the gate gets locked, all those good things. But I'm also stopped and got them a little gourmet supper, a little taco bueno. Those of you in Oklahoma and probably this region will know exactly what that is. Those of you who don't have a taco bueno, you're missing out. It is Taco Bell on steroids. Much better, in my opinion. So we are headed back up there, and I'll come back with you when we get there and see how far they got. So when I left, it was to about there. And in that time, they've gotten to here, and as you can see,
the jackhammer's been installed on it. And then they did go ahead and back dig this from the meter location to here. And as you can see, that was great dirt until there. They're not near deep enough there. That'll have to be dropped down. So they've got to finish from there to there. And then they have to put gray PVC pipe in it. And then they've got to pull the wire off that truck through it and make all the connections and hook up the meter. And they're supposed to be doing that tonight. I think this thing is probably giving the light more justice than what is actually out here, but it's about dark. Time to turn the lights on the units.
Okay, well, I am driving out of the farm right now. Those guys say they're staying until it's done, so I can't see anything with the camera anyways, and they don't need me to tell them how to do their jobs. So I'm gonna go on home, and we'll come back out tomorrow and show you what all they did, and hopefully they got finished. I kind of wish all my subs had this much determination whenever it came to finishing a job. I would have, my life would be a whole lot easier.
Hey, what is going on, Ridgians? So, this is not the next day. This is several days later. The next day I came up here to check on them, and I had missed them. I didn't get up here in the morning. They actually didn't finish that night, but they did come back that next morning, and they were still here till, probably noon, I think is what I was told. But about 4 o'clock I sneak away and get out here and get up here, and this has happened. That's right. These are my locks. That is the power company's lock. Can you see that? Oklahoma Gas and Electric. And they basically took my locks out of the chain and put theirs on. I find this really difficult. If you live in the state of Oklahoma, how do you not understand how daisy chaining locks goes? I mean, there's oil leases all over this state, and these guys are in and out of them all the time, you would think, to do electrical work and power for those oil leases. And on those oil leases, everybody has a lock. The owner, the leasee, if there's hunting lease done on it, the hunters have a lock. Anybody who works on it has a lock. So that's kind of what we got going on. We have some leasers. That's that one. And construction workers. That's ours. And sorry, that was really loud. And that's power companies. Well, I guess that's what happens when you don't pay your bill. They lock you out. I'm totally kidding. But I'm fixing to fix their wagon right now. I'm gonna fix them up real good, because that right there was supposed to have been fixed 3 days ago. So I'm fixing it for them right now. Sorry, OG&E, but you were told to get out here and fix it 2 to 3 days ago, and nobody has come, and you're blocking me from my property, so I'm gonna solve the problem right now. Oh, that's hotter than a pistol. Oh, dang. Well, there she be. She is no more. If you guys want your lock back, there it is. Okay, so if you want to know why I look ridiculous and I'm carrying a gun, you'll have to watch the next video. Oh, there he is. There's my bird hunter. Well, that might have just given a little bit away. You might have to watch the next video to know why I look stupid right now. So, I did want to wrap up the electrical video, so that's what we're going to do right now. Where we left off was they still had about a 20-foot section to meet in the middle. And as you can see here, they were able to pull that off. So they also left us with a pretty big mess that I might have to call and gripe about, because they certainly never do this with our houses. I mean, there's always a little bit of a trench, but they do a really good job of cleaning it up. And they typically do a really good job of, putting the ground back somewhat the way they found it. But this, I mean, I understand maybe some of these. Actually, I don't, because literally there's a rock pile right there. They just had to, right there. But it is what it is. But I mean, that's what we were using to pull into. We couldn't pull into there right now if our hearts depended on it. It just looks pretty. I mean, I probably could, but nobody would want to be in my truck whenever I do it. So, not real happy about that. But we'll get the Kubota out and we'll clean it up ourselves and let it rain on it a couple of times and let it settle on down, and we should be fine. But as you can see, they had some obstacles. Those rocks came out of this ditch, and then they had the jackhammer breaking everything else up. So I'll have to get out the rock grapple and the box blade and do a little bit of cleaning up as far as that stuff goes. So fun. Looks like they completely disconnected the temp pole situation. Let's go check on that. Yep, all that wire's hanging loose. That lock looks like they tapped right into the pedestal here. Looky there, there's another one of those locks. And there's another one of those locks. They're down one lock. They're missing one lock for sure. So let's go check out the meter. So there you have it, looking all the way back down the hill where the green pedestal is right there. All the way up. Coming in between my columns. And coming right up into there. And our shiny new little meter right there. So that's going to be it. That's all there is really to see for the electrical utilities dig in. And Duke and I are going to get back to bird hunting. But it's not looking so good. So watch the next video to see why I look stupid. And it should be a pretty fun one. And until next time, until the next lock cutting, until the next lawsuit coming Blackberry Ridge's way from OG&E, not really. Let me clear that up. I actually did talk to the electrical guys. The OG&E hires a utility company to dig all this in. I did talk to them like on Thursday or something. And they told me that they're trying to get back out there to fix the lock situation, but if I needed in to just cut the lock. So that's what I did. So nobody get crazy if you see this video about saying I did the wrong thing or whatever. I gave them plenty of opportunity and then I just followed their instructions. So that's what we did. We'll see you next time up on the ridge.